Okay, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. This is Dina Moskowitz with SaaSMAX, and I'm here with Alan Falcon, CEO of Cumulus Global, as well as Clinton Gatewood of SaaSMAX. And we're excited to have Alan here today because this is a really interesting topic and one that is affecting a lot of people in the Google ecosystem channel, as well as those who are not in the Google channel but are interested in learning more about it. So, Alan, welcome, and Clint, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is, for those of you who are new to SaaSMAX, we'll just give you a really brief overview, and then we'll hand it to Alan, and Alan will be sharing his information. So SaaSMAX is basically an online distribution platform that's connecting business cloud software companies with IT companies to create reseller opportunities for you both. So most of you here on the call today are solution providers or VARs or MSPs or Google App resellers. And what we do is match you with with channel-friendly SaaS solutions that you can bring to market sooner and faster, trusting that they know how to work with you as partners. Our goal is to help you both collaborate, grow, and succeed. And in many cases, it's you, the solution providers, who are the key to helping companies make the decisions on which applications form a solution set, a bundle. And that's a core value and very key and critical in today's businesses. And so SaaSMAX understands that value. We're always promoting the channel to the SaaS industry, and our goal is to help everyone cross the SASM. We have thousands of IT companies already participating, and it's always great to talk to them directly. And what we really do is try to help you as resellers discover the right SaaS apps quickly so that you don't spend a lot of time searching and spending time in the wrong places, looking for a circle that fits in a square, etc. And how we do it is, well, firstly, we make sure that you're getting special offers and incentives from our channel-friendly vendors. We act like your personal concierge, and many of you probably already know Clint Gatewood, who's on the call, and he usually is the first point of contact, making sure that he understands and knows what you're looking for. And we then proactively do some matchmaking with you and ensure that you're getting and keeping your finger on the pulse with the kinds of SaaS solutions that work for your client base. Also, our website with our marketplace has not only information about the applications, but when you're logged in, it has everything about what the reseller programs are, so that you can know that up front. And if you're only looking to work with certain types of reseller programs, it helps you filter out in that regard too. We also offer SaaS education like we're doing today with the SnAPPShot webinar, and peer-to-peer education like we're doing on Friday with our Partner Perspectives webinar, and we invite you to join that as well. And everything is free when it comes to the reseller side. And we are growing our base of tools and affiliate links and marketing enablement tools that help you go to market faster, earn more recurring revenue, and it's just a win-win. So our presenter today now is Alan Falcon. I've known Alan for a few years now. I think we see each other at a lot of events, and we're both on the board at the Small Business Web Summit, the Small Business Web. And Alan is the CEO of Cumulus Global, as well as the new platform he calls Cumulus Suite. And Alan is very interesting in that he's been on the technology consulting side most of his career, and has developed the solution that he's talking about today because he understands the pains of being a solution provider and helping to transition or to prevent the moving of your cheese, so to speak, or new opportunities as a result of changes in a vendor's channel program. And so Alan is offering to SaaSMAX resellers a Google for Work license and management and professional services to you as part of his incentive and part of being in the SaaSMAX marketplace. So Alan, take it away.
Well, thank you for the great intro, Dina. I'm happy to be here with everyone this afternoon. A little bit more about Cumulus Global. We're a cloud solutions provider. We're not a full-service IT firm. We tend to work with the incumbent IT resources, whether it's internal staff or an outside service provider, to bring cloud components into the environment and help businesses make and other organizations make practical moves into cloud computing. We work with small, mid-sized businesses of 1 to 1,000 employees, nonprofits in that same range, K through 12 school systems and small higher ed institutions, as well as local governments throughout the U.S. and Canada. We were actually established back in 2006 as a spinoff of my technology management consultancy. That consulting firm didn't sell any products or services, and we saw an opportunity around some very specific cloud services and email security. We happen to be one of the first 20 Google App partners in North America. We helped pilot the Google, at that time it was Google Apps for Business channel program before it became generally available in 2008, 2009. And we're an active partner with Google at Apps, Chrome, tablets and Play, as well as education markets, and do a lot of work with them on local governments. As of June of this year, we're also a Microsoft Cloud Silver partner, or June of last year, Microsoft Cloud Silver partner, and we've run our own partner and alliance program with other IT firms since 2007. And so what I'm here to talk today about is our current partner program, which is really designed to help meet some of the challenges that members of the Google partner community are facing. And it's a program that's designed to help the smaller partners, in effect, who with the program changes are finding loss of access to their accounts or loss of margin share, a solution that helps them continue to service and support their customers. Now what I'm going to talk today about the Google program and the tiers. Obviously those programs are very confidential. The information I'm sharing right now is the information that Google has disclosed publicly in interviews with CRN and other magazines. So this is the information that's generally available. Under specific non-disclosure, we can talk about more details of the program specifically. But Google has evolved into a multi-tier partner program, as most large vendors do. At the top level is their premier tier, which has, in general, a commitment of $500,000 in net new business to Google in your initial year, with a commitment of year-over-year growth of at least 25%. There's an extensive list of certifications, and you get an improved margin of 30% on your sales. Most Google partners will fall into, or historically would have fallen into, the partner tier. This now has a smaller minimum for net new business to Google. There's a net new client count that seems to be a little bit in flux these days, a very basic set of certifications, but ones that take time and money to achieve nonetheless, and the standard 20% margin. And there's also a retention tier, and this is for organizations that want to still have control of their customers. They have those basic certifications, and they continue to operate, but at a 0% margin. And so what we're finding, if we move to the next slide, is that this program provides a couple of challenges. Our estimate, and being pretty well networked within the partner community, is that our assessment, and it's been reported independently as well, some have the estimate very, much higher than this, but we see up to 50% of partners are losing some sort of status. Either they're moving from premier to the partner tier, or partner to retention, or a lot of small providers are looking and saying, well, with 0% margin, why would I invest the time and some money in having my people certified and maintaining those certifications? The 0% margin solution at that retention console places all of the financial risk on the partner, and generally doesn't cover the cost of certifications or even the license management, the cost of money involved in reselling a product. And so a number of small partners we've talked to either don't want to or can't maintain that certification rate, and they're going to lose access to the reseller console, and Google will take those customers direct as a result. And what's really happening is smaller partners are losing their ability to support and service their clients. I don't know Google's motivation behind this in the direction of taking the program in this direction, but it's clear that for a lot of smaller computer shops where Google Apps is one of many products and services you sell, where it's not a primary focus of your marketing and sales efforts. It's something that, it's an arrow you have in the quiver that you can pull out and use when it's appropriate. Many providers aren't interested or aren't able or aren't expecting to meet the different thresholds of the different programs. And so this poses a fairly big challenge to a large number of partners. So our solution is our partner program, which has two components. At its core is license management, and then we also can provide value-added services. And so our goal is to have you maintain access to a reseller console, again, so that you can continue to service and support your customers where Google Apps is part of the solution you're providing. What effectively you're doing is you're leveraging our status as a partner, and for that we will share in the Google margins. So you won't have the full 20%, but you'll have something. But you also gain the ability to leverage our expertise and our services. Being a good Google partner is more than just selling the Google licenses and installing and providing the support. Oftentimes it involves bringing in third-party products. And so when we look at our typical Google sales for a small business, maybe 20 or 30 people, maybe they have some compliance issues for data privacy, or they're planning on extensively using Drive, we're typically adding one or two additional third-party products. Through this program, you have access to those third-party products, again, without the overhead of maintaining those reseller relationships directly and handling things such as deal registration, billing, and payment. We become the single source for the Google ecosystem if you want us to be that single source for you with the value-add services. And again, we share in those margins on everything we do with you and give you the ability to leverage our expertise, our skills, and even our staff as needed to sell and support your customer base. Beyond that, we offer a range of additional cloud services that you may or may not want to tap as part of this resource, as part of this program. There are resources there that you can use at your choosing. For many small providers we work with, they see us as filling a gap. They've got a relatively small percentage of customers on Google Apps. We can help them with that, keep it profitable, and they keep control of the customer. For others, they see the relationship as more strategic, but a way to expand their service offerings without the heavy investment in expertise and trained personnel and administrative overhead that comes with it. How does this program work? It's really simple. Effectively, we purchase your reseller console. We actually pay you a small token amount of money to gain control of your reseller console. Google will transfer it to us so that we become the reseller of record and the billing entity in Google's eyes. We can provide you, and depending on which tier of the program you want to pick, we can provide you access to that reseller console so you can still manage license counts and support your users directly. You can support service and invoice your customers, or you can have us do that for you. And you can pay us basically for the licenses and other services you use. Next slide, please. Okay, so we have two options in the program. The top tier is a sales and service partner. This is where you're using us for the license management. Maybe you'll tap our other services, maybe not. That's really up to you. But you're going to continue to invoice your customers. You're going to be their first point of contact. We are totally behind the scenes. And the big difference for you is that instead of paying Google for those licenses, you're going to pay us instead. Google will invoice us. We'll turn around and have you be the billing address on the customer record. And we'll actually roll that up and provide you with a consolidated invoice. The second tier, which is a little step different from that, is if you're not interested in being that first point of contact and being in the middle of a financial transaction, we can invoice and be the first point of contact for your customers as well. But again, we'll pay you a quarterly share of the revenue of the gross margin as we go forward through the relationship. And so let's talk a little bit about your share in the program. So your share is a percentage of the gross margin. Your share is paid on every dollar invoiced, not just Google Apps. And this is important because, again, if you have a customer that has additional needs, whether it's they want data loss prevention, they want a backup system in place, they want managed file services, tools like AO Docs, encryption tools, be it Google App Message encryption, a direct Zixmail implementation, or even Virtru, any of these other value-add tools that come into the environment, we can manage the setup, we can manage the relationship there, and again, we pay you a share on all of those licenses, and we handle all the administrative overhead of the ordering of the setup, of the deal registration, things of that nature. Additionally, you're shared, as long as you have an agreement with us, you're shared for the life of the customer. So it's not a one-time hit. And in most of our agreements at the sales and service partner level, we're starting at 30% of that gross margin for years 1 to 3. Now, your share also includes our professional services. So we have a number of folks in this program who use us for Tier 2 support. It's something that we offer as a package. They sell that package to their customers, and they get a percentage of that, which is a very lucrative addition, and can greatly enhance the revenue potential by being able to add additional support services with, again, not having to staff up and make that investment within your own company. So the benefits to you are really around servicing your customer base. Rather than feeling like you might be getting squeezed, or some folks have referred to as being marginalized in the direction Google's been going with their program, you have the opportunity not only to maintain but to grow your customer base. You have access to additional products and services, so you can service those customers well without having to ramp up your own internal infrastructure in support of all those additional products and services. You can leverage our credentials and our vendor relationships. So for example, we do a lot of work in the Chrome space for education and for business, which gives us at times some very preferential pricing and packages on solutions. If those are applicable to your clients and your customers, we can make those available to you as well. And you get to minimize overhead. So rather than worrying about zero margin and whether or not you'll maintain the credentials to keep your partner relationship with Google, you can focus on selling services to your client, delivering those services, and leveraging us to handle all the overhead in the back end, and really sort of keeps you in the driver's seat. Want to make it clear that our goal here is that we understand that you are bringing us your customers. We want them to stay your customers. That's how the system works for us as well. So getting started, if this program is of interest, if you want more information, the first step is to contact me and let me know. We are going to ask you to sign a mutual non-disclosure agreement, one that protects our relationship with Google and our other vendors. It also keeps the proprietary aspects of our program confidential among us, and since you'll be sharing information about your customers in your business, we want to make sure that you're comfortable that we're going to hold that in the strictest of confidence as well. At that point, we'll review and select the program options. We give you the agreement, all the terms and conditions up front to look at. Most organizations that are signing on with us are going with our standard agreements, but we can customize as appropriate in special situations. And then we'll come up with a transition plan. We'll execute that transition plan, which is how and when the reseller council is going to transfer what happens to customers that have already prepaid you for the year, but you've been paying Google monthly, how all of these things are going to work. We'll put together and execute that transition plan, and we'll be up and running. We'll also help you with communications as far as how to let your customers know what's going on, so that they're aware of the change and the transparency or the lack of impact that it's going to have on their relationship with you if you're a sales and service partner. If you prefer to be the referral partner, sort of stepping out of the Google Apps direct business altogether, we can help with those communications as well as the introduction and the handoff of your Google clients to us as the primary reseller for that part of your relationship with them. So far we have several partners. Folks have said this is a great idea. Is anyone actually using it? We have several partners signed on. We've through that, again, mostly this seems to be a best fit for smaller partners, folks that Google used to refer to as the long tail, where Google Apps was a part of their business but not a cornerstone or a primary market focus. We've brought over several dozen customers with no customer disruption and no dissatisfaction at this point. All of our customers happy. We've moved in total about 800 seats. The customers that are coming over are anywhere from 1 and 2 user customers through the 10s, 20s, 50s, up to at least one customer with more than 200 users. And so we have a wide variety of customer sizes and different kinds of relationships. Most of the companies that have signed on with us so far have signed us to stay the sales and service partner. A few have elected for, and after talking with our customers, have opted for the referral partner side of the program.
Got it. And Alan, again, what is the benefit to the SaaSMAX resellers who sign on? What is it that they get again?
So the benefit to them is that they get to really maintain the customer relationship. We're shielding the SaaSMAX resellers from the variances and the changes in the Google Partner Program, and giving them a stable, predictable relationship that lets them still sell and service and manage their customers. We share in the revenue that they might otherwise be losing, and we offload the overhead involved in having a full service Google Apps practice as part of your business. And so we can take that off your plate and help you grow.
Great. And then you had mentioned there's a special offer that's outstanding, right? What is that special offer?
Well, the special offer is typically in moving folks into this program, there is a transition fee that we charge that helps defray some of the legal costs involved in the acquisition of the reseller console. And for SaaSMAX partners, we will not be charging that fee.
Sorry, I was on mute. What would be the typical fee or the range of the fee if someone were not SaaSMAX?
So that fee ranges anywhere from about $150 to $450, depending on the size of the reseller console and whether or not they have offline customers as well as online customers.
Got it. Okay. And so for someone that may be new to the Google ecosystem or maybe selling line of business software, right, versus focused on IT themselves but recognize that they have an opportunity, this could also be a great situation for them where they can partner in with you as an IT expert that could help them reap the rewards of this side of the business. Right.
Oh, absolutely. As I mentioned early on, we've had a partner channel program since 2007, specifically designed for IT and line of business application firms that had customers interested in Google Apps and other cloud services. Where again, we come in under their umbrella, are able to help sell, plan, deploy, and support those services. Extending the capability of those companies and helping them capture that incremental revenue. And so actually over the history of our company, anywhere from 25 to 30% of our clouds, our cloud licensing and service revenue has come through us as a partner to a primary IT provider, whether it's a traditional MSP or a break-fix shop or a line of business application provider that wants to bring us in as part of the solution.
Okay,
and so this is, we've updated the program specifically to address some of the needs of Google partners who aren't happy with the way the partner program is changing for them and their business, but we have a long history of working with other types of providers as well.
Got it. And so, okay, great. So I think we came to the end of the conversation here, which is great. And if there's any questions, please type them in. I think there was one, but it was pretty much covered by a later slide, so I won't address that again. But if you have a minute or two, everyone in the audience, to see what kind of questions you may have. And while we're waiting for questions, in the meantime, I just want to make sure that we let you know more about the Partner Perspectives webinar that we have on Friday. And Clint, if you're there, tell us more about this and who they're going to meet.
Yeah, I'm here, so thank you, Dina. Thanks, Alan. Great presentation. Love what you're doing. So I'm Clint Gatewood at SaaSMAX and handle our reseller community, Vice President of our reseller community and development and that whole fun stuff. So I get to work with all of you on the phone here. Some of you I know, and hopefully some of you here I get to know much better. So we do our Partner Perspectives every month. And the whole idea of Partner Perspectives is to provide you some educational content to hear from other of your colleagues out there on how they're being successful in adopting, selling, and managing and profiting from different SaaS solutions. This week, I'm really excited to have Michael McKenna on. He's from SmartCloud out of Ireland, joining us. He's a CRM expert, but he's really more of a cloud service provider. I would really term him, where he uses CRM to open up doors and a couple other applications, but he's really focused on small to medium businesses are really trying to grow their business, not just in the United States, but in Ireland and the UK. So they're doing a lot of that through SaaS. So when you look at the statistics, 60 to 70% of all expenditures in SaaS, or not all expenditures, but where small business owners and small business executives want to spend their money is on sales and marketing solutions. So he's going to talk about what he sees in that marketplace, and we'll discuss what it means as being a solution provider and how you can capitalize on that trend and how he is going about that in bundling his services and his, picking apps that will be a nice little package for his clients to purchase that he installs, he manages, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, and of course we have another great one coming up in February, which is already scheduled as well, and that you'll be getting some information on that too.
Great, excellent.